Jonesy. Get over here, big boy. Who dat? Catching silver back up. Doesn't have much to go, but make a little money there. Kind of wanted to come back a little bit before I buy in anything more. Ooh, we bought it way up there, didn't we? So previous day high, respected that. Change the character moving up. Let's leave it. I think we're gonna have a breakthrough moment here. We might break through this. Temporarily, we're still going up into nasty here. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, so that's the high. Why do I have this marked here? What I marked? Oh, that's just premium. So many times I come back to the 30-minute for everything. It's just that perfect middle ground. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm losing. Which is kind of what I figured. This is going to come back and retest a bit. We got 5 minutes left. Yeah, so there we go. buy two at the same price. I always get in at a bad price, Jones, because I'm afraid of missing out on the move, and then it's like, could just waited. Jones. Ooh, look at this, making a comeback too. On the 30. Where the dollar's at. Ooh, dollar's dropping. Dollar's dropping. It's good for silver. Silver doesn't want to go down. It really doesn't want to go down. It's one of those ones, if you followed it for a while, you know, people are dying for it to go to 100. They're dying for it. They'll move it to 100 in 1 second. Gold moves 2% and silver will move like 8% in the same direction. It is insanity. Absolute insanity. Oh, I'm in 2, so I guess I gotta. I guess I'd be at 3 here, huh? Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this. Silver's going back up. And we got this upward trend. Like, I really want to be able to remove this because I think, it may come down. It may hit up here, and like this is going to create like a wider downward trend here to match like for example, if I look at this downward trend, and I mean this is just witchcraft here, but it's a lot of times it almost matches. So like come back up and then trickle back down and then we'll see. Or it might, a lot of times it'll go like this and then it spikes up like the middle of the W and it goes back down, touches that, comes back up. We'll see what happens. Definitely an upward trend though. Upward trend, but definitely more downward motion to come. And if we look at this, what I'm on, the 30? Yeah, I mean, we got trend lines we left out, so we got like, boing, still up, but I mean, we could come back down to 60 at some point. Test the top of these here. Test back to here. What would that be at? 61.27. We got the previous week low here, which is also this tight cap here, which is aligned. I have. So it could come back to any of those. But right now, this little tiny window with our little tiny money and our little tiny hopes and dreams. On the 30, because the 4 looks scary. 4 would look scary. You look a little scary. I'm hoping that the lowest part of this candle is higher than the bottom of this. And if it's not, it probably I want to get out. You know what I mean? I'm not making much here. I'm making 20 something points, which will still make some bread. Wait, why does it say misconfigured? What? Healthy misconfigured. I wonder why. Jonesy, you need to go outside, Bubby? Here, come on. You gotta go poop. Let's go. Why does it say misconfigured? What does that mean? Uh-oh. Crossing down through the 70. I know I'm getting lots of mixed signals here. But if we get stopped out, we get stopped out. At least I'm not in 10 minis. My stop loss at like 45 grand. iShare silver. Yeah, I think this is coming up. Here's a silver trust. So this is the real price of silver. 59. So we're already bullish, right? Futures are bullish. We're at 66. Because there was a point where we touched silver's actual price, and now we're above it again. So, and we're halfway through August. So unless they're gonna drop us, like, I mean, because if you pull back and look at silver, I don't know if the weekly's gonna show it. I'm gonna need to go to daily. The trend, I think I got these marked. Hold on. Yeah, the trend is still here. The trend is still anywhere from 30 to 50, you know? It's in the 30s here. 32, 35. Where are we at now? We're here. So we could easily go to 40, hit the top of these, and be at 38.50. I'll take my stop loss up here, bro. I mean, that is still insane. There's a high hill, same with M&Q, bro. That, it's future, so, but, I mean, wait, what am I doing? Investco. Oh, never mind. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But that shit is way. Come down to the 20s. 2. Like, maybe we come down up here because, like, look at this trend line. So, like, maybe we hit it here. We're at 24, 25. It's going to hit it at 24,999. It's going to hit it right where the cross is, 24,589. It'll be 24,590. Who knows? It's been a good run since November. Discount 14K. Yeah, that's a fucking discount right there, boy. People are so scared they'll make a small piece of that shit. And me too. I'm fucking nervous. Look, I'm down $90. I zoom back into the real world here. Let's see what we retest down to. I should buy 2 of these. Nah, fuck it, I'll buy 1. This is my 4th trade, so it's like usually I have 3 good ones, and the 4th one I should have thrown in the trash. So this tested it. This tested was a little bit up. This one came way down. A little lower, actually. But they're all staying true to this previous day high here, which is associated with all this support or resistance or whatever. And this tip right here, which is the previous, is it the previous day? Friday. Sunday. I don't know, bro. Judge. Change of character up, right? When I see a change of character up, it's going to come back down and retest. It's on 30. There's a change of character here, right? So this broke. went up. It's coming down and just retesting, but it's using what it broke as the support there. So it went past it. Obviously, it's going to come back and say goodbye. See you later. And then we're going to see some move up before we come back, right? Because we miss it so much. And we're going to come back and touch it again. So passed it, came back, hit it one more time, and then I don't know why did I buy 2 there? Why was I like, oh, I got to get in on this huge move? I got out early on my last one for no purpose. I should have just slid my stop loss a little bit. It's not the first time I've said that. Sometimes I got something to do and I just don't want to deal with it anymore because it's a lot of brain work. So I'll just get out of a trade because I need to like do something else. Just need a fucking break. So what do we look like on the 5 here? On the 5, we broke through our negative trend. We're coming back down. Maybe we'll pick up this here. I got like 20 more minutes of down. That's what I did the last time I bought in. I shorted too early and then it was like negative 700. Negative 800 for a minute. So we're this FEG here, we're hitting it in the middle. And now we're retreating back up. This might be it. This might be the bottom here. 2 contracts, whatever. It's not about the money. It's about learning how to do it right. And then you can risk whatever you want to risk. The thing is people who risk a lot of times they take huge losses. And at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you know this shit good enough where you could just make like $5,000 a day and you'd be making 6 figures a month, or you're a millionaire. And instead you're trading millions of dollars and then like you end up losing it all. You give it all back. And it's hard to like re-humble yourself because you have to go back from like, oh shit, I'm making like 40 to 100K a day, and now I have to go back to making like $2,000 to $5,000 a day. It's like, yeah, but you made that much every day, and then you would lose $500,000 because you're cocky as fuck and you're rich. But you can be rich just making a little bit. And then it's so, because the stress is the hardest part. Everybody's like, I want to quit my job and trade because it's easy, but the stress is worse, right? Because it all boils down to the money, the reason why you go to work every day. But at least when you get paid a paycheck, you're not at risk of losing it on the way home, you know? 2 contracts. $16 seconds, and we're still in a downward trend though. We retreated. So we didn't get past this point. Which I should wait for so I don't get stuck in consolidation for 10 years. Or possibly just lose it because it's going down. Lower low, lower low, lower, slightly lower low, but slightly coming up a little bit. Skip. I could have made like 3 times as much money as I actually made on this. I think I made 1,200. I could have made 3 grand. It's fine. Really, all I need to make off trading is like 30 grand a month, like a grand a day. That's it. On average, right? So basically, when I make a grand, the way I look at it is I made 500 bucks because you got taxes and then you got losses 1 day a week or something, 2 days a week. I've lost money for a whole fucking week. Hello, this is Rusty. Yeah, this is him. Oh, nah, I haven't. Thank you, though. I don't want a loan. Because I'll trade with it and I'll lose that shit. And I won't pay you back. I owe you, man. Alright, if this candle stays up here, that's not bad. Good sign. Shit, this might come all the way back down. W's and M's. That's all I see. Every time I see this shit like this, I just see that little half a W and then a little up and then okay, well it's gonna come back down and get this and then before coming back down again. What's really hard is like knowing you went the wrong direction and then just like flipping it to the right direction. Like if this came all the way down here and kept going down, just flipping your order. Instead of just stopping it out, just flip it. Well, this was a higher high. This was a higher high and a lower low. I'm a 5-minute candle trying to piece out what's going on the 30. So we're hitting all this. We're definitely coming back up. I mean, this is all our support, right? We're moving up. This candle fully embodied this one. Like it just took it out. Or not, is that embodied? I don't know. It just, it's bigger. And we're getting to that breakout line. So you're gonna break out past that 30 right there. Yeah, I think we're good. We didn't get to pick up our extra, but I don't have enough conviction to buy more. I'm just gonna stay safe. I'll cross dollar average it, but I'm not gonna chase it. Try to stack something on. I never have conviction in my trades. My trades always have a good shot at being dog shit. check out this makeshift. Oh yeah, definitely more. Could be like a doji, and then we come back down for the W. But it's 4 o'clock. I might get out of this trade at like minimal profit, and watch now it's gonna like go down, and I won't be able to get out. Shit, I shouldn't have said that. What does this look like on the 5? Uh-oh. Oh, with 3 minutes left. Damn, this can was a baby. Higher lows though. As long as it stays up there, we're good. Well, I guess not really, but kind of. Still higher. So this is it's a big gap here. So even if it comes up, it's just a retest before continuing down. So there may be a little bit of time in between profitability on this trade because it may take another 15, 20, 30 minutes. We just hit the downward trend. We're still going down, so I have a feeling we'll continue downward. We're just hitting this area here. Trying to get under, and we're almost past it. Yeah, we got like 2 green candles, and then we'll dip a little bit, hopefully. I don't see a lot of conviction to the upside right now. Equal highs on the dollar. So silver's going to run the opposite of the dollar, right? Why do I keep doing that? Oh, now you want to take out this one. This is going to come all the way down here. This is going to be like a wick. Fuck it. I got enough data. Wimp. One minute left. Ooh, that sell pressure is heavy. I would think buyers would just pile in right now, but no. It's the end of the day. People are just getting rid of their shit. People are like sick of this war. Oh, look at that shit. Point of control is right at my... So... that's all the consolidation. We got 4 more points, 3.5, or whatever. Well, it already went past this one, so it's definitely going to hit it. May even go all the way down. This is where it doesn't make sense, but... Yeah, it got past there, so it's got to go to here. Like, there's no point in doing that. Maybe though. Support like right here. Yeah, and that's like serious support. No big deal. Yeah, that's right where it hit. 6:30 a.m. Wait. So you have to move this channel. What? No, 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 no. I don't need to do that. Trying to figure out how to change the name of my YouTube. YouTube. Open the YouTube app. Alright, signed in. Tap your profile picture. Tap view channel. Tap edit channel. And there it be. Name isn't available. All right. Handle isn't available. Ooh, I got it. Handle cannot end with this character. I'm gonna sign it like everybody else. Futures and crypto trading trillionaire. Billionaire isn't cool anymore, man. Trading trillionaire. Follow me for happiness. Dude, what is this picture, man? I gotta throw my Lambo up there as a background. Cause you can't have one. Trades. Yeah, I need to download the Louis Vuitton Crack House. LV Crack House. It's gonna be a good background. Yeah. That's the one. Where's my Louis Vuitton Crack House? See if I get taken out of it before I look at it. YouTube. There it is. Good enough. Uh-oh, 65. We're in the 65 range. Nasty. See what happens. I'm not looking at price. I'm looking at the price line. Where's that line going? What's it touching? It's getting a little deep for my cervix here. It's hitting the top of here. It's fine. I mean, look at this order though. It's a joke. It's like 280. What is this? Like 800 bucks, 700 bucks. It's not bad. Small trade. No stress. Then I'll be at 2K or I'll be at 200. No, I'll be at like 400. Hey, if you're actually watching me, can you chat me? Because I just want to see if these are like the platforms, because I have 2 whole viewers. So I want to see if like 2 people are real or if you guys are not real. You don't have to be embarrassed. I'm not going to like send you mail or anything. I just want to know. I just want to know if anybody cares. Doing this shit when I don't have to. Unless you're funny as hell, which... 180. I feel like we're making money now. Like, even though we're in the negative, we're making money. Because we were just down 240. So we made 80 virtually. Fuck you guys. You are just the platforms watching me. I just thought I had 2 like best friends hanging out with me the whole time. Nope. Just bots. Making sure I don't flash my stuff on camera. Oh, what am I doing? So it literally tapped it and went down more. Tapped it down to here. So what is that? Well, it's the bottom of this candle. It's just support, resistance. No, like, perfect line. It does kind of line up there. Probably, what is this? Real people. No, it's not a profit. It's a trade station. It's real. It's real money that I'm losing. No, I have prop firm accounts though. I have Top Step. I actually have this, which is 150, and then I have another 150. So I hate trading them because I hate the rules. So I just have this cash. But I don't have a lot because in all reality, with futures, you don't need. I can't handle having $200,000 to $300,000 because I just go too deep on trades too easily. But if I don't have the money and I have 25 grand, you can still go in deep if you want to. You're gonna lose your ass, but during regular trading hours, you can leverage. So I don't really need more than that. I don't need to trade minis. I like trading micros. I like trading partials. That works for me best. I need to change my oh wait, why am I all the way over? Sorry. So let's see what we got. Still going down. But this is really this support here, so I feel like it's going to bounce. I'm not worried about being a little negative right now. Shit, I'm just trading silver. I guess scalping, yeah, day trading. I took 3 trades, 3 small trades. Didn't leverage or anything. Well, obviously futures are leveraging anyways, but made I think like up to 1,200. Nothing crazy, like 2 small, like $200 trades, and then like a $800 trade. And that was this coming down here, which if I would have just held it, I would have made 3K, but I made 1,200. And then when it started going back up, I'm like, let me see if I can catch this. But now it's like retesting, and it's the end of the day with 45 minutes left. So whatever. I got my stop loss in there. If it dips before end of day, if not, I may just dump it just to get rid of it. But there's enough data there that shows me it's probably going to pop a little bit here. I don't think I'm going to lose too much money. I might give back what I made today if worst comes to worst. But it's above the previous day high. It's above this support level here now, so, or this old resistance. So I think we're good. I think we got good data here. We ran up really fast here. We're bouncing and going back up. Why are you a prop firm owner? CT for life? Cybertruck for life? What do you trade? Oh, cool. Yeah, that's really all you need, man. But I just prop firms. Well, so the reason why I have 2 150s is, and I just started the other 150, is because I got in a consistency account, and even it was crazy. So on day one, I made not. It was 150K, right? And so I made 9K the first day, and then I think 9K the second day, and they were like, whoa, you were only supposed to make 4,000 a day or something. And now and then the next day I was only supposed to make 9 grand, and I made it in one day. But the consistency account is you have to trade every day. So on the next day, I was like, yo, I passed in one day, and they were like, no, you have to trade another day. And I didn't really know the rules, so I traded another day, and I think I made 9 grand that day, or I think maybe I made 4 grand that day, and they were like, no, now you have to make consistent amount up to that. So I think I had to make like 4 grand one day and 4 grand the next day, and then I was able to get approved, and then I paid extra and got it put in the acrylic. But So I got that, and then yeah, but now it's this consistency thing. So I went in there and I made like 4 grand, and then they're like, hey, you have to make this every day. And then it's weird. Like if I have a bad day, like I've had a bad day and I went negative, like right into it, like my third day, and then they like cut all my spending down to just one mini. So it was like, or it wasn't even, was it a mini or yeah, it was a mini. So I had one mini, and then it's just like, I could trade with more than that before. Now I can have one mini. So it just started becoming like a problem. And then when I get up to a certain amount, then I can trade regular again. Which, to be honest, though, even though I hate that, it teaches you how to be a better trader. And actually, that month was like my best month this year. Like the same month that I did that, because I just traded my own money usually, and I don't trade that much typically before this year. Starting in February, I did, and then I think I got this in May. But I can, like I think May was over 6 figures. June was up there. I've very very been very profitable. And then like this month, I had some really bad trades. Last month I had a couple of bad trades towards the end, but it was still like a really profitable month. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the so I don't know what you mean. So like the eval is like when you first pass to get your like funded account, right? And then after you get your funded account, if you have to be at almost like a zero loss, and then they'll give you a live account. So like I did really well in my prop account, which is it's not real money at that point. You get in, it's like 150K. You're like, I don't care. I paid 200 bucks for this. I could lose it all. It's not real money. You just go in heavy. You're loose. You're open. You're not worried. You kind of don't give a shit. You're willing to bet the farm. And then when it becomes real, and it's like, hey, now you get paid when you make money, and when you lose, like you lose your account and stuff like that. That's when that's when I started trading a little bit shittier. But I trade shitty now. Look, I'm down 260 bucks. But usually I'm trading with 5 minis. Right now I'm trading with 4 micros. So I'm typically in there, I'd be down like 20 grand or something. You know what I mean? Like so, or not 20 grand because I have 4, but I'd be down a lot. I'd be down like 5 grand. So, usually I'm used to that, but I don't like it because I'll give my whole week back in one trade. So what I'm trying to teach myself now is stop losses, and really just keeping my losses at a minimum. And keeping your losses at a minimum requires you to have better entries, because if you and this was actually a terrible entry. If you enter at the touch point, and you don't, if it doesn't hit touch point, you don't take the trade, then your stop loss is minimal. Drawdown I think was 3,500. Beyond zero, negative 3,500 I think, or was it negative? I think it's negative 4,500 that closes your account. Um, but that changed. So when I took it negative the first time and then I came back up, now it's like 11. It's like 1,500. And that rule is super fine print. That's not part of the bulleted list on the page. So it was like, so they just put in all these rules. They're just making shit up as they go. So I'm like, okay, now I can lose 1,500. I lose my account. So before I lost that account, I think I'm at like 2,500. I just stopped trading on it. I'm like, I'm just gonna trade my own money. Like, this is cool and all, but then when you start trading your own money, a lot of the like rich boy symptoms come in where you're like, oh, I can afford a loss. I just made 40 grand yesterday. Who gives a shit if I lose 10 grand today? And then you start getting cocky, and then you get cocky 3 days in a row and blow it all up. But yeah, so right now I'm a profitable trader, but this month I'm just teaching myself, hey, let's try out a little bit easier of a trade sequence, more consistency, smaller losses. If you take $1,000 loss in a day, fine, but you're not taking a $50,000 loss or a $30,000 loss, which I would. So now I don't want to do that. Like, I'd rather take the loss with a stop loss and just be out for the day, or move it in. It was going the opposite direction, take it in that direction. But yeah. And the problem is I've built all these platforms and systems that help me auto trade and give me indicators, but I've realized that there's no consistency in it because the market is random. So even though rules apply, they don't always apply correctly. So yeah, that's good. I guess, yeah. And I don't even know. I don't know a lot about it, to be honest. I just looked it up, bought it, and got into it. And that's why I got the other one because the new one, which I haven't kicked off yet, is not consistency. So it's like, you know, you just have to trade every day and that's it. Like you get a certain percentage of your payout. Um, but I still haven't even done the eval yet, which I know I'll do that in 2 days or whatever because I know that well actually you don't have to have the consistency rule in that account. So I'll trade it for a couple of days and I'll be in and then I'll have that account. But before I get in there, I need to learn how to like take my own money and just do it, not worry about it. I haven't received one payout at all from prop firms, so I haven't gotten paid out once. Because right when they started sticking me with all that stuff on the consistency account, I was like, dude, I have a quarter million in an account. I'm just going to trade with that. So, and I mean, even in that account, I'm limiting that. So basically, I took all the money out, and I'm like, I'm keeping that in cash, and I'm trading with limited. And even when I trade and I'm profitable with my cash account, I pay myself 80% or sometimes all of it of what I've made. So if I make money in a week, I just take it out and put it in my bank account because I don't need to trade with $5 million. You know what I mean? It's just I'm not skilled enough of a trader. I still go in and get confused and I'll make a trade on the wrong symbol or something like that, not paying attention, or I'll be looking at the wrong time and you know so what I'm doing now is just teaching myself a bit more consistency and less losses. So are you profitable? Yeah, and I can't trade Bitcoin for shit. Like I try to watch Bitcoin. I mean, there's moments where it's consistent, but man, that is all over the place. Yeah, I mean MNQ is all over the place. That's why I'm trading silver. A lot of my consistent trades are on metals. I mean MNQ is like highly manipulated. Yeah, I was thinking it would come down and test this previous day high again, but I don't know. No, this is definitely. I don't think it's a downward trend. I don't think it's gonna get past this, or I don't think it's get past this, but definitely print that W. And it could easily wick down and hit my stop loss, but too bad. And that started way up there. That was the first order. There was no volume at all. Well, I doubt there's going to be a bunch of shorts that have to buy at the end of today, but I'm sure there's going to be some longs that sell. So I feel like this is going to wick down. Maybe some people did short that. It was a little fake out wicket now, but nothing crazy. What's a PF 3.2? Oh, profit factor. Gotcha. Damn, that's good, man. I think my profit factor on my best month was like 2.4. So yeah, that's insane. That's really good. That is really good. I think keep if you can keep trading and you can minimize your stress. And I think that's with using stops. Like when I was starting to make a lot of money, I wouldn't use stops. I would just like buy average all the way into something, and then I would be so over leveraged, and then I would just have to get rid of it just because I couldn't take it anymore. Um, and then it would come back right to where I wanted it to, anyways. So I think, realizing you have to move slowly into the amount of money you trade. I don't think you can go from like 25 grand to 100 grand to 500 grand. You just can't, because when you see that number, that negative number on the screen, it has to be something that you can absorb and not lose your shit. Like right now, I don't care if I'm losing this. $1,000 is nothing. Oh yeah, true. So you're looking at the outside levels. Yeah, you're getting the top and the bottom, like the big tops and the big bottoms. That's good, man. Yeah, I mean, I could be going that direction, right? Where I'm like buying here, and I'm selling at the tippy top, but we'll see. It's all kind of the same, right? Just trading less and probably more consistent, but I don't know. You can see where it's going. You want to be able to see all of it. I'm sure as trading the way you trade, you're seeing the intradays, and you're like, I already know what's happening, and then your mind doesn't ever go, well, like fuck it, I should short that or something. Well, I think probably what you're doing is it allows you to gamble with less. You put less on the line and you make a lot more. You let it run for a long time, and that's good. That's really good. Trend lines. What are you using? Like support and resistance, liquidity levels, or are you like using trend lines, or is it like all of that? I feel like I'm at the point where I can just see it now. I'm getting out of the indicators a little bit. I still like to have them there, like turn them on for visual confirmation, but I mean, I feel like scalping though is like when guys see that it hits a high, like it hits up here, and you just short it with every single bit of leverage you have, and then you get like 10 points, and then you're out. You make 50 grand though. That's cool. What do you use for like your level two? Do you use like a certain platform? Down 70. You like your order flow. Is that what you mean, Dom? Or are you just like on TradingView? I've never even heard of those platforms. I'll have to check it out. Sierra chart. The Sierra chart platform looks terrible. I think I've seen something on this before. Wow. You probably get a lot of data though. See, this is like, I'd have to learn all that shit. So much of that means nothing to me. Like if I have too many confluences, it's like I can't even trade. But I think, just order flow, seeing where it comes in. But is it the fake out? Is it retail order flow? Are you looking at banks? Yeah, you're right, but I still want to use these. Well, I would have to trade out. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of this is probably the same thing. It just looks different. You know what I mean? I can't tell what a lot of this is. Like I don't know what a pull stack is. I don't know what an MBO is. I don't know what any of that shit is. And I just see it in there, but I'm sure I could learn it. I'm just looking at the simplest way. You know, I still feel like with all these charts, you're wrong. Plenty. You still eat shit just like everybody else. I almost feel like some of these things, like you just stick to it really and keep your stop loss and you're good. But these charts look very, like a lot of big traders. I see them on like they have 4 screens and they have 4 or 5 charts, and I'm like, those don't look like my charts. And I'm always trying to look up like what is the pro platform, like what's the $2,500 a month platform these guys are using for news and everything. And I don't really see shit, not for like futures at least. But yeah, this does look good. You have your volume profiles and Fibonacci and all that crap. It looks like you can see the order flow right on the candles. That's cool. And like I traded crypto before, and it was just news based. It was like me seeing something's at a low and buying it on like Robinhood. And I would still put a lot of cash, and I'd make, 10, 20. I think the last trade I made like $42,000, but I made one trade in a year. So that was kind of how I traded. And I would try like E-Trade. This is like, I'm dating myself, but I used E-Trade for a while. It was like $9 a trade, stocks, when I was serious like 10 years ago, I think, or 12 years ago. But now with TradingView and everything, like I've played around with it a little bit, but now I'm starting to get, like in February, I started getting a little bit more serious. But I was literally trading every candle move, and my win rate was insane, but then I just started getting more greedy. But I would just look at candles and like market maker, like buy, sell, buy, sell. If it gets past a certain point, I'd sell it. So I would never make that much money, and I would never lose that much money. And it was literally like I would make $10. And I would, if it was bad, I would lose 50. And I would just make $10, $20, $12, $7, and I would do that over and over. And I could just sit there on my phone and do it. And I was making, over $1,000 a day, which that worked for the time. But I've gone back to that and tried it based on what I know now, and I was like unsuccessful at it. And I was like, what am I doing wrong that I was doing when I didn't really know shit about this, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, news is good. News is direction. It's very calming having structured news on something. I'm just afraid of the big correction right now. Like, gonna be a huge correction before it goes up. Like we all know we're going up, you know, we're laying the foundation for a lot of stuff. It's going to be like 2021 again, where we have NFTs and oh shit, did I get stopped out? We have NFTs and shit like that again, but it's going to be. Oh, I had one in there. 430. I think we're coming back up. Bitcoin seems pretty stable now too. I mean, it's not doing bad. But I really think that because I have 20,000 in this account, it actually took me out of one of my silver. Shit. Um, and it's 4:30. That's why. But yeah, I just think it's going to be insane. Like people are going to be their own NFTs, and people are going to have value, and you could trade like superstars and shit like that, and they're going to be worth money. And every trade of them is a percentage of that goes back to the card owner. You know, like people are going to be able to raise their own money. They're going to have their own monetary value. So they're just building all the foundation and piping for that shit now. But anyways, I think there'll be some correction still before fall is over, you know, into winter. I'm just worried about that. Wait, PV. Oh, that was PVSRA hydrate. That's Forex. Yeah, I don't trade Forex. I basically can trade, you know, everything in futures, but I guess the bad thing is you don't really hold it long term because the contract ends. Well, that's cool. Is that Hydra PVSRA? I wonder, is it you can use that on futures? That's cool. I'm gonna check that out. It's like a plugin on TradingView. See, the indicators kill me though because they don't work all the time, and if you're gonna bet and lose 50K on it or something, that sucks. That's a shitty day. It's hard to recover from that, you know. And then you make a couple of revenge trades. I mean, I can go in AI. I'll go into Replit and code out an indicator that basically takes three different data points, puts them all together, and just codes that into an indicator, and then throw it in here. And the indicator's right. You know, sometimes it's late, and then it's like, well, okay, well, if I'm automating my profit taking two, and I'm saying like, okay, I'm gonna take profit at this many points or this, you know, 3R or whatever, that doesn't work all the time. So I still have to keep an eye on it. And at the end of the day, building indicators has really shown me that market participation from day to night changes, from Monday to Wednesday changes, you know, so it's just a constant, it's constantly changing, and it changes from month to month, and it's just all over the place, and it's so volatile right now. What happens when everything calms down and it's just going one direction for a while again? You know, none of that shit that you're used to is going to work, and you don't want to lose the nest egg on that. So now I'm just realizing, okay, just learn your fundamentals. Don't wait for the bar to turn purple before you buy. Like, those indicators are fucking dangerous because you forget how to trade. Trust me, I've done that, and I've had some of my best days just using indicators blindly, like my own coded with AI indicators. Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is like I'm looking at the 30-minute right now, but my bias is on the 4 hour. So when so I'm looking at every time frame. Um, like for example, Top Step, they have like they go live all the time and they're trading on the 1 minute, with no indicators, which is fine. They've been doing it longer than me, and I'm in this losing trade right now, so I can't talk shit, but I can't do that. I do like to look at the 4 hour. I do like to look at, and I know this is like shit people make fun of, but I do like to like Lux Algo fair value gap. If I look at that, I'm waiting to see that like this green candle today. I'm waiting to see this retract a decent amount after it hits the top of here, and I know we're gonna have a downward day. We're gonna have some downward motion, even though we had a lot of upward. I know we're having some pullback. Same thing with this, like you see this kind of candle, you're going to have some uptime, but it is a scalp. You're just playing candle by candle on the 4 hours. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. The big moves to me, like like a big move where I'm looking up here is great, but I get this feeling that I'm missing out, because so much time goes by. So I start feeling like I'm missing out, and then I start taking trades. And I end up going down to the 5-minute because, for example, if I get in here on this short, if I get in on this short, my stop loss is up here at 66.23. But if I can go into the 5-minute, I'm going to say, okay, well, I'll short this, but I'm going to go here, and I'm only at 65.98 because I'm going to go above this candle. So I just use this to microscope in to see what level I'm wrong at, instead of using the 4 hour to like place my stop loss, because then I'm, if you're in big, you're down like 45 grand right here, you know what I mean, or whatever. Which was me. If I dragged it, it was bad, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to lose that. So I would let my losers run because I didn't want it to hit my stop loss. Now I like having a minimal amount in, so I don't give a shit if it hits my stop loss. I don't care. And that changes. If I have a 50K day of profit, then the next day I really don't care if I lose 5 grand. But, even my entire mentality goes out of the window sometimes, where I'm not even thinking anymore. But so the 5-minute is my sniper entry, but I'm still looking at, like, I'll mark this off. I'll mark off, this is the start of a 4-hour fair value gap somewhere, or, here's where support, here's where resistance is, or here's where liquidity is. I'll mark that out. I have markers here. And then if it hits that's a high conviction. So I'm doing my intraday trading, but then like that's a high conviction. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely shorting that shit or whatever, or waiting for it to, pass it and come back and wick out. Oh shit, I'm gonna get hit. Am I? Oh no. Wait, am I gonna get hit? Where am I? Oh no, maybe we're coming back up. It's respecting this previous day high, which I figured it was gonna come back down to here, but damn it, it's 445. So that 4-hour candle is tiny though. It's like a little baby. I'm not worried about that candle. We'll see if we have like an end 5-minute dump there. Well, it's good talking to you, man. Thank you for the info too, because I'm gonna check out, and I don't know if Hydra PV SRA is like a platform too, but I just want to take a look at it and see what it's showing. See if there's any. That's cool. I like the way it looks. I did a 5-minute light beam plugin that I published that I'm working on, but I feel like I'm leading people down the wrong path because you lose so much. You lose on it too. You know what I mean? And it's only good. Like I'm trying to just make it for the 5-minute because, and I'm almost to the point where I just want to make it for certain instruments because, you know, you go from one instrument to another, you go from one timeline to another, and it's completely wrong. So it has to be tuned in. Like I'm tuning it in for the 5-minute for the sniper entry. But really, it's just using like basic shit like super trend, RSI. Like it's just showing overbought, oversold. When all those come together, that's when the candle lights up, and it shows you where to go long, where to short, etc. But it's wrong. It's right for 3 trades, and then it's wrong for 2. Has good days and bad days. Well, it's retracting a little bit. There we go. And no. I like the 30. I think the 30 is like my middle ground though. 30 includes a lot of data for me. It's very helpful. I don't like seeing this. But I like this. This is good. Because this is wait, where's my sell limit? Oh, why? Oh, that's why it's got to be in a bracket. Nope. What am I at? 82. I don't even want to be that much. Right here is good. It's a baby trade. I gotta change my handle on Twitch. Open Authenticator.
You'll need to.
Twitch. Broski. Oh. 482-856. 482-856.
Like that, and it goes.
What the fuck is playing on Twitch? Oh yeah, because I should have it on the outside. Um, no, I just feel like that's where it shows me that it's wrong, and I could be. Let me take a closer look here. I'm on the 30. Um, okay, so basically the way I see it is this: if this continues lower than this wick at all, other than just some randomness, I feel like this trend is going to get down into here more. So I'd rather just lose it here and then wait for it to sink down further. I'm not trying to not get the stop loss taken. I don't mind if it gets taken because I know it's going to go back up. But if it's not going back up from this point here because it's hitting this and it gets deeper into this, then it's going to go even deeper. And it's going to retest further down. It may hit all the way to this trend line here. So that's the thing. I feel like beyond this, it's going to go down further to this trend line. It may go beyond here and like stop out of these candles here, which is fine. But I don't want to be that negative, and I'd rather just lose 600 and be out, and then put a buy here, and then catch it up, just to like stop it. Basically, instead of cross dollar averaging or adding on more and putting my stop loss further, I'm getting out here and then rebuying it. I still have conviction that this is a downward move before it goes back up. Like, I don't think this is the crash. You know what I mean? Like, this is the big liquidity move, where it grabbed the top of the top. Obviously, because it didn't. It is close, but I don't think this is a big crash. I think this is, still moving upwards. So I could be wrong about that too. But I'm probably going to hit this and then wait and be more careful, because this was like the one I just took because I was bored kind of trade that I always lose money on. I'll wait to see like a huge wick or something like that here, like a touch point or beyond here. Like it goes through here and then it retracts back into this. And then I'll take a buy. But I won't lose any money here in this little, like in this, these 2 grid points or 3 grid points. I won't lose any of that money. I'll just cut it here and buy it here. That way I'm not married to it. I don't want to be down here and lose 1,800. You know what I mean? And then turn around and buy it. That is not good for my brain. I'd rather be out here, nice and easy, and then I can buy back in. Yeah. So yeah, it's probably not the best place. It's very unsafe to put it there. But to me, it already showed me that it's trending in the wrong direction. Like lower lows. These 3 candles become lower lows. But what I'm seeing right now, we got 5 minutes left. Unless this dips down, this is a higher low here. And because it's at the bottom of this gap and there's so much support here, we had this huge move up. So for example, like I saw, the system using volume profile. Let me look. We'll go up to here. So yeah, like it could come back to that. I could have placed that wrong. Hold on. No, that's good. There's so much consolidation here. It's probably a bad place to place it. But I mean, this is kind of like a point of control here, right? So it may come to here, and if it does, if I was wrong with this level here, then it's probably going to come back to here, come all the way back down before going back up. So cut out some of my losses. This was a stupid trade because at the end of the day, I got 5 minutes left. Somebody's going to iceberg it and just take my stop loss. The other day it was crazy. I had a spread like this, and it just took my profit immediately. It just, and it was gone. I was like, holy shit. And I had a stop loss in too. I was like, wow, it didn't take my stop loss. It took my profit. My stop loss was closer. I guess maybe that's not on the order block, huh? But yeah. I know enough to be dangerous, and I'm definitely dangerous, so. See what happens. 3 minutes. This thing hasn't come lower, so to me it's showing me it's a, I mean, the body is lower though than this body, but We got 4 minutes to see if anything changes. No, that's not good. So this is where I look at the MACD and I'm like, okay, it looks like the sell-off is putting out. So hopefully we'll come up and have some green here. 30-minute sell-off is still in play. Hour sell-off just started. 2 hours, it's definitely getting started. But in the 4 hours, it's cooling off here, but we only have one green candle, so, and this candle isn't closed yet, but we didn't do anything crazy on this candle, so I think we're still in play for this to retract back up a little bit. Who knows? Or come all the way down here. Like I said, the trend line on this candle. Yeah, if this, I mean, this candle, this next candle will open up and come to the trend line. That's actually pretty perfect, and it'll come right to here before bouncing back up. So yeah, I may get my stop loss hit, but it's fine. Let's see. I might just take that L at the end of the day. And wait right until 5. Because I don't really want to lose the 620. I'd rather lose the 230 if this thing's going down. Yeah, I'm just going to keep the order, and I think it might shoot up a little bit. Where's the dollar? Dollar's going up. That means it's shooting down. But it didn't retest enough. But this is kind of a doji, so it might retest upwards. Nah, this thing wants to go down, man. Yeah. Uh-oh. See how the dollar ends out, and then we'll... This is a higher candle, too. This couldn't make it down. It's getting bought. Clean this shit up. Oh, that's it. I'm holding it. See what happens. All right, I'm signing off. All right, CT for life, man. Thanks for chatting me, dude. The first person I've had